What's going on, everyone? So, I believe more and more likely that we're probably getting a cult in the upcoming Scream 7. One, we have Scream 8 that we know is coming out, which leads me to believe that this is going to end in a way that bleeds into Scream 8. Uh, Two, they've set up the cult, right? Like, you have the Dreadit thread where Richie and Amber met each other. You had, a Jason and Greg who kind of idolized Richie and wanted to kind of follow that. Kirby is another character. Like she said, like I followed Ghostface here. We know that there's Ghostface all over the place, and they have a forum that they can go to and communicate and team up and create duos and stuff like that. And then also, we're getting a Kirby spin-off film in which you're going to see Kirby kind of taking on and tackling various Ghostface, right? So we know that there's a bunch of Ghostface all over the place. I could see something where you get this group of cult members, right? I'm all for the cult route. To me, it's just about the execution. I don't want like a traditional cult, right? Where they're all like, they have like a shrine of Billy and they're just all like worshiping Billy or something like that. Like, I don't want anything like that. Or like Stu, because a lot of people want Stu, and Stu was originally the idea for Scream 3 and stuff. I don't want something like that. I'd like it to be more of like a club. Right, like like a Illuminati type thing, where you're a member. Maybe you have to have a certain amount of kills, or you have to kill somebody in order to get into the cult, or the club or whatever. And then maybe the ranks are based on how many people you get. It's like this guy killed 100 people, so he's the leader type thing, right? And you could maybe kind of have like different ranks and stuff. You could even do cool stuff with like Ghostface costumes, where like the leader's wearing a white one, and the second in command is wearing like a blue one, and then another one's wearing the red one, and or whatever. Or the main leader could be wearing, or the mastermind or whatever is wearing a red one. So maybe you have like the leader who has the most kills in like white, and then you have the leader in red, and then the mastermind, and then have all these different like rankings, and it's like you get kind of like belts, right? Like it's like, oh well, you're a black belt, you're a white belt, you're a brown belt, you're a blue belt, right? Like, and just kind of have like these different rankings. I think that could be something that'd be pretty cool. There is another big reason is because how many characters are in this film. We have like 18 characters in this upcoming Scream, right? So either there's going to be a crazy amount of kills, or you're going to have like 5 of them be Ghostface, right? Like, it's just probably how it's going to work out. So it's another kind of like, oh, hey, this is probably why there's going to be a cult route. I do worry about there being too many cooks in the kitchen. And I do think if you do the cult route wrong, it could go poorly, right? I think you have to execute it in a proper manner. Because again, you could just have too many cooks in the kitchen. If you have like, 7 Ghostface in this film, and you're trying to it's just, you can see how it get convoluted pretty quickly here, where my hope is that they don't go that route, that they kind of keep it contained. Maybe you have a couple Ghostface that you never know who they are. It's just like 2 or 3 get revealed type thing. Or maybe you kind of have it paced out where one gets revealed early, and then you have like, whatever, 2 or 3 more like later on. And you gotta like pace it. Cause if it's something where, they're all like, haha, right? Like, it could get a little crazy. However, there is some information that I want to give you a warning for. It doesn't spoil, it's not like a major spoiler or anything like that, but it's just some details on like a setting for a reveal, right? And I know some people don't want any kind of details, any type of information. So now's your chance if you want to go. Again, it's not like, who the killer is or anything. It's nothing major, but it is something that I think kind of ties into this idea, and I think could be pretty cool. Could be a pretty cool element, and kind of set up Scream 8. But I don't want to dive into it without giving you a warning. So here's your warning. You got 3, 2, 1. All right. If you're here, I assume you don't care. So it was revealed. Craving something scary. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, buddy. That there will be a Ghostface reveal in an open setting, right? So it won't be confined. It won't be in like a house or anything like that. Now, we don't know if that's early on. We don't know if that's at the end of the movie. We don't know if that's like at the very beginning of the movie. Like there's a million ways they go about it. We don't know if it's 1, 7, whatever. We don't have any details about it other than it's not supposed to be in a closed, confined quarters, right? I could see something that I think could be pretty cool where you have maybe Sydney, Tatum, whatever, Chad and a couple others, maybe Gail, right? And, maybe one or two other characters. And they're like, running from Ghostface. Ghostface leads them into this, whatever, this park or whatever. And they show up and all these Ghostface just kind of come out of the woods. And there's like, whatever, 15 Ghostface or something like that. And, maybe you have like, not the, I don't want something where it's like, domino effect where it's like everyone's just taking their mask off. Maybe if it's like 5 and it's like Tatum's friends, right? Which is something that they wanted to do in Scream 3, where the kills were going to kind of be fake out kills and everyone was going to take off the mask and be revealed that they were all killers, right? Or all Ghostface. Maybe they do something like that and kind of, because you got to remember, Kevin Williamson's back in the fold. So, I'm sure that they'll take some pages out of his ideas and what he envisioned in certain versions of this story. And so I could see something where, maybe you have a Ghostface reveal in an open setting and it's like several. And it's just like Ghostface taking off the mask or whatever. And boom, you have this crazy, like, I think that it could be something that would be pretty cool. Obviously, again, execution, storytelling, delivery, like you got to make sure it goes in a proper manner. Last thing you want it to be is something where it's like, again, too saturated. It's too much, right? I want them to kind of keep it grounded in a lot of ways. But I do think that'd be something that'd be kind of cool, as like the reveal for the Ghostface and like all the characters look dead to rights, right? And it's something where, it's like, oh, how are they going to get out of this type thing? And then that maybe could even be the cliffhanger into Scream 8. And then Scream 8 kind of picks up where all the Ghostface are surrounding them and stuff like that. And, tell a cool story that way. And, obviously you got to come up with a creative way of how they get out of that. I think a couple people got to die in that instance, right? Like if you just got surrounded by Ghostface and Ghostface was just like, just so you know, we're coming type thing. It's like, they just all walk away and it's like, dude, you literally could have killed them, right? Like that would probably be a little frustrating. I'd be like, really? So they just like had everybody dead to rights. They could have, seen their master plan through and they just decided, nah, now's not the time, right? Like today I ain't got time, and then I think that would be a little silly. But if you had something creative where, I don't know, character survives and just like rams a truck into like 4 of the Ghostface so that way they could run away and escape. And, maybe Chad stays back to like hold him off and he ends up meeting his end or whatever. And that's how he goes out, right? Something like that. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you love the idea? Do you hate the idea? Do you want a cult? Do you not want a cult? Kind of mixed in the middle. However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. I love to hear it other ways, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.